Should you buy Devil May Cry 5 in 2021? Devil May Cry 5 saw the series return after a long and hard 11-year break between the fourth installment of the franchise and its latest, being Devil May Cry 5 itself. Devil May Cry 5 was the game that fans had been waiting for 11 years for, and Capcom brought the series back with possibly one of its best installments yet, that being the stylish, crazy, and super fun game of Devil May Cry 5. Now let's see whether the game is still worth buying in 2021 by talking about the gameplay and narrative of Devil May Cry 5. Of course, there'll be no spoilers in this section of the video. So the game has a unique approach to its narrative and makes you play through 20 different missions through 3 entirely different perspectives from the 3 playable characters of the game. Here's a quick summary. I'll try to keep it minimal so as to avoid spoilers for people who haven't played the game. On May 16th, Devil Hunter Nero hunts a demon named Urizen after a dying man takes his demonic arm and the sword Yamato. Traveling to Redgrave City, he finds a demonic tree called Clyphoth planted in the city, which is killing citizens for their blood. Dante's group confronts Urizen, but are ultimately defeated. V and Nero make their way up towards the top of the Clyphoth and also to where Dante was defeated. That's all I want to say without spoiling anything major, but the story in the game, although maybe not the main focus as that goes to the game's stylish combat, but the game's story is still brilliant and just works in the story and world that is trying to portray to the audience. Now, one of my favorite components of Devil May Cry 5 and something that was used very much during the marketing and the lead up to the launch of the game was the game's incredible rock soundtrack, which features some of the most hype and exciting music that I've experienced in video games. Kota Suzuki, Yoshia Terayama, and Hiramitsu and a few others composed and created the game's heavy rock soundtrack. Nero's battle themes are Devil Trigger and its final boss remix, Silver Bullet, are both performed by Ollie Edwards, and Devil Trigger was used as a major marketing component leading up to the release of the game. The game's music seamlessly fits into the game like a puzzle piece, and the music complementing each sequence of the game's dramatic and stylish combat. Overall, the music and story perfectly work in the context of the game, and the combat is well fitted into this as all components complement each other, creating an absolutely fantastic game. The gameplay of Devil May Cry 5 features the return of both Dante and Nero from older titles as once again playable characters, alongside a new addition in the playable roster, a character named V, who is also very prevalent through the entire course of Devil May Cry 5's story. The gameplay is the same high-octane combat as earlier entries in the series, with much more focus once again on fast-paced stylish combat. You will fight off hordes of demons with a variety of weapons and attacks depending on what character you are currently playing as. The game arguably has the most varied combat out of any entry in the series, with the endless combos and stylish actions available to you through 3 entirely unique playable characters who all have their strengths and weaknesses, except Dante, he's kind of broken. Anyway, each time you finish a combo or an enemy, you're given a stylish rating, which is something that over time kind of gets addicting. Trying to score yourself a triple S or trying to get away from that C or D rank is very challenging and at the same time extremely engaging, especially when you have combat that is as fun and fast-paced as Devil May Cry 5's. The game's music can also change depending on your performance in combat, which is another reason why you might focus on trying to get the best possible combos. There are different abilities which are unique to each character, which include entirely new combos, new moves entirely, or upgrades to already existing combos and moves, which can really flesh out the game's combat, as the uniqueness of the upgrades for each character gives them each a unique ability that the other won't have. The first playable character returning from Devil May Cry 4, Nero retains his Red Queen sword for melee combat and his Blue Rose double-barreled revolver. However, instead of having his original robotic arms, he has a new assortment called Devil Breakers, which have different abilities as well. Later in the story, Nero also unlocks the ability of Devil Trigger, which greatly expands on his OK arsenal of moves and weapons. Dante returns as well, retaining his Devil May Cry 4 persona, as he can change between 4 entirely unique combat styles, which each come with the ability to create unique combos and techniques. Along with his blade Rebellion and the demonic devil sword Sparta, he also attains 2 new devil arms, being a pair of buzzsaw-like weapons that combine into a heavy weapon motorcycle, and a set of fiery gauntlets plus boots called Barlog. Dante also has some other returning weapons from previous installments, plus his Devil Trigger ability, which greatly enhances his abilities and restores his health. But later on, the character gains a more overpowered form known as the Sin Devil Trigger, where essentially for an extended period of time, Dante will literally turn into a gigantic demon who deals multiplied damage in a set of entirely unique means of attacks. The final and new playable character V wields a book and a silver cane and instead uses 3 demons based on enemies from the first Devil May Cry to fight. This includes 3 uniquely crafted demons with each having variations of attacks and entirely unique combo sets. Griffin is an eagle that uses ranged lightning based attacks, Shadow a panther that forms blades, spikes and portals out of his body, and finally Nightmare, a large and powerful golem which is almost like V's calling card when you want an awesome combo or are fighting a boss. Special to V, once an enemy has enough damage dealt to it, it turns purple, which is a cue for V to use his cane to finish off his enemy. Overall, the game features some awesome action-based combat that really complements all other components of the game. Overall, Devil May Cry 5 might feature the best combat and stylish action in the series yet, and is definitely a triumphant return from such a long hiatus for the series, and it comes back with an absolute bang, being one of the best action hack and slash games released this generation. That pretty much wraps up my 2021 Devil May Cry 5 review. Let me know what you think about Devil May Cry 5 in the comments down below, or if this video helped you decide on whether or not you were going to pick this game up, let me know down below as well. Now, if the video was enjoyable or helpful to you in absolutely any way, leave a like and possibly consider subbing to the channel, as I would really appreciate it, and also if you want more descriptive reviews of more games. Now, other than that, I hope you all have a great day and an absolutely fantastic week. Peace.